Did Sirhan even write the notebooks? According to him, he didn't. Under my research, I really think that E. Howard Hunt could have or probably wrote these notebooks to help frame Sirhan. According to my research, E. Howard Hunt was involved in the JFK murder and Watergate. In my opinion, Watergate was basically a cover-up of the JFK murder to a certain degree, because a lot of the same people that were involved in Watergate were also involved in the JFK murder. If you're interested in any of that, I'd look at Peter Dale Scott's work on that, or look at my videos on the JFK murder and the shooting of Governor Wallace. Okay, so here we go when it comes to this section about Sirhan and other things. I think E. Howard Hunt probably wrote the notebooks or the diaries of Sirhan, Lee Harvey Oswald, and Arthur Bremer. They're similar, so either he wrote them or somebody like him wrote them that would have been in the CIA or somebody connected to these kinds of people. Keep in mind, the world gets small at the top. The murders from 63 to 81 when it came to politicians, I think were done for similar reasons by some of the same people involving some of the same interests. Keep in mind, around that time, the CIA was whacking leaders all over the globe since 1950 that did not align with corporate America or the CIA's views when it came to liberal or more socialist or nationalist policies over commodities and the economies within those nations. Here's another key piece of evidence. Not one of almost 41,000 shells could be traced to Sirhan's gun at the firing range. The source, your own FBI. The LAPD did some of the same kinds of tests. There was no match on his gun in that situation. The CIA may have also bugged the trial judge in this scenario, according to the Pease book. The CIA may have also bugged Jim Garrison's inquiry into the JFK murder in New Orleans around that time. Watch the film JFK. The King inquiry was also going on around that time because King was killed 2 months before Bobby Kennedy. James Angleton of the CIA, who had been involved heavily in CIA assassination plots and mind control programs, tried to rig or ruin the Garrison jury in New Orleans. Keep in mind, around that time, and it still goes on to this day, the CIA had a lot of control over the media's coverage of the JFK and the RFK investigations. It's all interconnected. RFK's coat proves many gunmen. Sirhan being triggered by women in the trial period, in my opinion, proves mind control in this case. Now I'm going to talk about Jerry Owen. In my opinion, Reverend Jerry Owen, who was a Baptist minister around that time, was in the CIA. It was proven his frame-up story of Sirhan was a lie. He was actually tied to the Charles Manson case, which is really odd. I believe the CIA infiltrated the Manson family in the late 60s. If you want to read some really interesting theories on that, I would recommend the book Chaos by Tom O'Neill and others. Owen was a very interesting character. The LAPD destroys almost all the evidence after the trial. RFK's autopsy photos end up in Angleton's safe. We already know about the background on Angleton. Very, very odd. A .47 caliber bullet was found in RFK's brain. It didn't come from Sirhan's gun. According to the Pease book, CIA-backed reporter Bob Kaiser covered for the CIA. He was on the DA's payroll to spy on conspiracy theorists. Dwayne Wolfer became president of Ace Security after the assassination. Ace was connected in this situation. I think they were infiltrated by the CIA. Now I'm going to talk about some key witnesses on evidence in the case. A witness, Darnell Johnson, saw Sirhan right before the murder with 4 men and the mysterious polka dot dress girl. He told the LA cops about this. His brakes were later messed with and he got phone threats. A high school kid around that time named John Chris Weatherly had been shot at after telling a reporter he knew a man named Bill Powers who probably saw Sirhan in Reverend Jerry Owens' truck 2 days before the murder. There's many similarities here to the JFK case. Massive tampering with evidence, chain of evidence problems, absurd magic bullet theories as proposed by lead LA investigator Dwayne Wolfer. Too many holes and too many bullets on too many victims. This was not a coincidence. 7 bullets on 6 victims, 3 holes in ceiling tiles, bullet holes. RFK probably got hit 8 times, and according to my research and all the others, 2 headshots. All witnesses had Sirhan in front of RFK. There had to be at least 2 gunmen. Later general research proves at least about 20 bullets fired in the room that night. Bullet tracks in RFK's head equal 2 hits, according to the Pease book and other researchers. Now I'm going to get into more forensic and bullet evidence. Some shots at RFK would have had to come upward from the floor, which goes against the official narrative. You had to have at least 1 or 2 gunmen on the floor, maybe behind people. Shots were close together. 1 gunman may have come from behind a wall. Some witnesses say many gunmen. Gun concealment may have included coverings, cameras or near one or in one, or at least 1 silencer used. A witness, Nina Rhodes-Hughes, saw shooters to her right and in front of her. According to my research, about 15 to 20 shots were fired in that room that night. The Von Praag tape proves at least 13 shots. Hughes was consistent with other witnesses seeing shooters in the middle, right, and left of the room. Ronald Panda, another key witness, may have seen men coming from behind a wall on the west by the icebox. He may have also seen Sirhan fire blanks with others. The plotters took bullets. There's a photo of a man in a tuxedo taking one from a door frame. There were 2 bullets in Sirhan's car that had wood on them. I believe they were planted by the cops. The whole scenario was totally corrupt, and none of this really adds up. When he was arrested, they claimed there was a blood sample taken, but no evidence remains of it. It would have proved his status at that time. He had 2 .22 cartridges on him, a .22 bullet, a poem about RFK, a campaign rally ad, and an advertisement or some sort of news clipping for RFK's support of Israel. There was also no ID on him at that time. If you're going to shoot a Kennedy, nothing like this adds up, especially having no ID on him. None of this adds up. Okay, this ends this section. My next video is going to be on the Brzezinski recording, more on the Von Praag tape, and more about Sirhan himself. Thank you for your time. It's free to subscribe.